Good morning, David Coombe here with the CBS AM Debrief. It's Tuesday the 19th of July. Debt fears once again the concern for the markets overnight. The Dow was down 94 points, 0.76%, the S&P 500 0.81 and Nasdaq 0.89. The rest of America was pretty much down as well, and all of Europe was down to more or less greater degrees. So yeah, whilst this debt concern continues to play on the market's minds, it really seems like there's very little reason to have a positive outlook, and we're getting some reasonably good numbers coming through from some of the companies reporting their quarterly reports, but it's really having no impact at all. So as we look down through to our region and what happened yesterday, we continued through that negative note. We did close down 1.5 points here on the local market, so really holding up reasonably well there, and we saw a bit of takeover and merger activity with Eastern Star Gas being a takeover play by Santos there, and then SDL with a takeover offer by its major Chinese-owned shareholder there, which has seen the price there move up to around 50 cents, and Eastern Star, the value of that takeover offer is around 90 cents. So that's seen both those stocks move up very strongly, but the futures are pointing to a lower open here on our local market. Now we will be getting very close to this pretty important level of support, well, some might say critical level of support, because then the next stage down we're looking at around the 4200 level. I'll just deviate here from the normal process and just have a quick look at the local market index. Just compress that up a little bit. Okay, so that's the cash index. Sorry, we want SPY. Okay, yeah, so we are actually starting to breach these lows back here, and we have actually taken out the post-tsunami low as well, so hence the view here that we are getting to some levels where we're going to take out these old lows and then look for 4300 and 4200 as the next stage is down. So you know, it's not a whole lot further down, but yeah, if we do see a breach here, then we probably don't want to be holding too much long. We want to start looking for some shorts to balance out the portfolio, or possibly looking at going into cash, but really not at this stage. I don't think necessary to yeah, panic. Okay, so coming back to normal programming here, we'll move on to the commodity space. West Texas at 96.01, that's just moving up slightly here, and natural gas at $4.53. Now just have a quick look here at the natural gas chart. For those of you who are holding the natural gas warrant, I might like to just see where we're at here. So from memory, we got in around this level here, late June, just here, mid-June rather, and that certainly was looking like a bottom. It did move up quite nicely. It was looking pretty positive, but now we've seen it come all the way back to $4.20. But had to be a little bit patient here, and we're now up here at 4.52. So probably not possibly no more than a couple of trading sessions away from exiting out that trade for a profit. So that would be good to see, and then we can go and look for the next warrant there. Okay, go back here and finish off with the commodities. Pretty much everything down here. Wool was flat. Frozen orange juice was at 0.23, a quarter of a percent up, and cocoa up nearly 0.5%. Everything else in the red there, with the notable standouts being coffee, cotton, both around 2% down, and the rest to smaller amounts, apart from maybe rough price around 1.03. Copper continues to make its climb here. It does seem surprising that we're seeing that pushing up, given that a lot of other commodities are getting pulled down, but that's now at $4.40. Gold, of course, cracking 1604, up $2.20, and then silver at $40.59. As we've been saying here for the last couple of weeks now, we really feel that silver's got a lot of catching up to do to restore that price differential or price ratio with, not price differential, but a ratio that it normally has with its sister metal there. Okay, let's have a look at the currencies. Euro buying just 1.4103 USD, pound 1.6053, the yen 79.0790, and the Aussie 106.04, the CAD 96 even, and the US dollar buying just 0.8177 Swiss francs. Okay, to the economic calendar here, of course we've got the RBA's minutes, which will give us a clearer idea of their thinking in light of the Westpac Bank coming out, being the odd man out to predict that rates would actually go down. So we'll get a better feeling for what their actual thought processes are, and whether or not it's right to have derided that pronouncement by Westpac. Moving on, we've got some European data out, and then leading indicators, more of that housing data I talked about yesterday, and then the Canadian Bank's rates, central bank rates decision. Expectation is for that to stay at 1%. Going into tomorrow, we've got consumer inflation expectation numbers, PPI out of Germany, and then Bank of England minutes also. That takes us through to the middle of the week. And just looking here at the Pulp and Trader, I don't think there's anything particularly I wanted to follow up on from yesterday. A couple of those mining stocks that we tend to, or I tend to talk about a fair bit, have been putting in some reasonably good moves, which you would have to think would attract a little bit of attention given what gold is doing at the moment. ResMed there is doing okay. Silver, as we said, has had a big move up with the 4 in front of it. And that's about it. So I finish up there, and scheduled to be back on Thursday. See you all then. Thanks. Bye now.